It's been about a dozen years since Bitcoin was first coded and cryptocurrency became a thing. Since then, cryptocurrency has come a mighty long way, and what used to be a fanciful experiment is growing to become a permanent part of our global economic landscape. Bitcoin and its counterparts are gradually upending the world of mainstream finance and changing the horizon forever. And the big tech guys are closely monitoring the unfolding events, wondering what this might mean for them. But there are those who are skeptical about this crypto revolution for the major reason that it seems to be favoring the big rich guys like Elon Musk rather than the little guy, citing that this is the exact antithesis of what a revolution is supposed to be like. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the tech scene to see how and why the biggest guys in the industry are beginning to adopt cryptocurrency. If we were to award the first tech company to adopt cryptocurrency, it's arguable to say that Facebook gets that prize when it launched its program, which it called the Libra Initiative, in 2019. With the usual aplomb and gusto of a Silicon Valley native, David Marcus publicly declared his aims at the time. He wanted freedom, justice, and money. Libra was actually set up by a group of 28 high-profile firms, including Facebook, Coinbase, Visa, PayPal, Spotify, eBay, Lyft, Uber, and Vodafone. All stakeholders in this consortium invested a whopping $10 million into the Libra project, for which they were entitled to equal percentages of the revenue. But what exactly is Libra about? Now, regular blockchain cryptocurrencies are decentralized, which is part of their attraction. However, Libra is different in that project is further backed by an array of financial assets, which include an assortment of different currencies, as well as U.S. Treasury securities. By doing this, Libra mitigates the immense volatility and risk that have to come to be deeply associated with crypto operations, some factors which also have made cryptocurrencies so unattractive to government regulators. Although Libra has yet to get off the ground for a number of reasons we will get into later, the project seems to have a good, altruistic aim. The aim of the project was to empower over 2 billion people around the world who do not have access to traditional banking services. Because these people cannot access these services, they've automatically been shut out from diverse kinds of opportunities, which anyone needs to get ahead of life in the 21st century. With the expertise of companies like Visa on the project, achieving this aim should not have been much of a challenge. However, there appears to be a real struggle here. Thus far, Facebook and its gang have had a hard time trying to convince regulators that their alliance can be trusted to run a dependable, parallel financial system. Of course, Libra is still a crypto, even if it's backed by financial assets and treasury bills. This means that it would inadvertently butt heads with conventional fiat currencies in its bid to help the 2 billion unbanked around the world. Recently rebranded Diem, Libra would have to scale a number of formidable regulatory hurdles before it is cleared for takeoff. Some of these regulatory hurdles would include complex requirements the project would have to meet to guard against money laundering, fraud, terrorist financing, as well as basic consumer protections. Considering how rigorous these requirements are, therefore, it is no surprise that Stripe and Visa decided to back out of the program, and no one was willing to step up and replace them among the tech giant community, even though Facebook had probably hoped for some support from its peers. In fact, rather than support, Facebook got a scathing rebuke when Tim Cook, Apple's CEO, referred to Facebook's passion project as a power grab. While talking to Les Echos, a French newspaper, Cook explained his discomfort with the whole idea, stating the importance of currencies remaining in the hands of countries rather than private individuals setting up their own currency to compete with conventional currencies. In his opinion, private companies weren't supposed to be going after power in this way. But that was 2 years ago. Maybe something has changed. Jennifer Bailey is the vice president of Apple Pay. She has openly suggested that her team over at Apple Pay is currently monitoring the crypto market closely. She seems to find it an interesting concept with pretty impressive potential for long-term use. And there are a couple of entities on the sidelines all but goading Apple into investing in crypto, like several of its counterparts have already done. Earlier in the year, Mitch Steves, one of the financial analysts at the prominent RBC Capital of Canada, issued a report in which it gave strong reasons for Apple to consider the move. In his opinion, investing in cryptocurrency would be a much wiser move for the company right now than launching the Apple Car, which everyone has been waiting on with bated breath. Steves does not see any way this turns out badly for Apple, especially because the company has a staggering amount of cash, somewhere within the neighborhood of $200 billion. All Steves is suggesting in his report is that Apple simply invests just 1% of that enormous revenue. That's about $2 billion into cryptocurrency. This investment would definitely send the crypto market into a bull run. And if the market could only increase by as little as 10%, Apple would be getting massive returns on investment. Plus, it would also invariably give a stamp of approval to the concept of cryptocurrency. With this much-needed stamp of legitimacy, the lingering regulatory jitters that have hung over the heads of alternative currencies, like a death cloud of the longest, would finally be lifted. Besides, digital currencies are already working in the payment space through Apple Card as well as Apple Pay. Now, obviously, Apple has approached the cryptocurrency issue with patience and caution. In fact, as of 2014, crypto wallets were banned from the Apple Store. This decision was, however, rescinded. Even though Apple has still not lifted the ban on mining crypto on all its iPhones, it has also refused to permit crypto purchases through its Apple Card, which is backed by Goldman Sachs, by the way. Regardless of these less than enthusiastic approaches to cryptocurrency, crypto hopefuls are still positive that Apple would join the party one day, and things would turn around. Apple has the leverage of its world-class software, as well as its privacy-focused design philosophy. Bringing these into the cryptocurrency community would no doubt turn alternative currencies from alternative to mainstream, just like that. Steves also suggested in his report that Apple capitalize on its massive user base for the opportunity to increase profits. Currently, Apple's user base stands at 1.5 billion. Let's assume even if only about 200 million users started to transact with cryptocurrency, the potential revenue would be more than $40 billion annually. That said, you could say this was a year of the crypto awakening for several tech giants in the industry. In February of this year, Tesla revealed that it had invested $1.5 billion of its balance sheet into Bitcoin, which could be the OG crypto. This singular announcement sent the value of Bitcoin skyrocketing by 14% to a record-setting $43,500 per coin. Tesla explained the reason for the transactions as a move to diversify its investments further in order to maximize returns. The automaking juggernaut explained that it would be investing a significant chunk of its capital into alternative reserve assets, such as digital currencies. Plus, it also mentioned that it might soon begin to accept Bitcoin as a means of payment for its cars in the near future. In fact, it's no longer news that Tesla CEO Elon Musk has been almost single-handedly causing the market to swing like a pendulum with his tweets and public announcements. His favorite coin right now seems to be Dogecoin, and with just one tweet, Musk, who's also known as Doge Father, lifted the meme currency out of oblivion into the spotlight. All Musk did was crown Doge as a people's crypto, and so in short time, the coin experienced such a surge in value as never seen since it was first developed. It's interesting to note that Dogecoin began as something of a joke 8 years ago in 2013. However, since then, and mostly thanks to its unofficial patron, the market cap of the coin has soared to a staggering $6.3 billion, with many hopeful that Dogecoin would soon hit the $1 mark. However, if you think it's just Silicon Valley people fueling the crypto boom, then you're wrong. Even traditional financial systems have started to tiptoe into the community, contrary to what some might have expected. MasterCard, for instance, announced in March that it would be joining the crypto train. The company explained the reason for its decision in a statement it released, explaining that digital assets were increasingly becoming an important aspect of the payments world. However, people chose to look at it. More and more people are using their cards to buy digital assets, especially since Bitcoin experienced the surge it did after Tesla's announcement. In view of this, therefore, MasterCard has decided to take the proactive step of supporting select cryptocurrencies directly on its market. Of course, MasterCard hasn't failed to sound the usual notes of warning about the uncertainties that come with the use of cryptocurrencies, like the possibility of regulation, for instance. Still, the company maintains that it is willing and committed to doing its part to ensure that cryptocurrencies grow to become more legitimate currencies. Currently, MasterCard owns about 90 blockchain patents in-house, and these would definitely be an immense help of ensuring that its foray into cryptocurrency in the future comes with a bang. Amazon might not be a tech giant, but if the world's most profitable company is beginning to flirt with the idea of dabbling into cryptocurrency, then everyone is definitely going to be paying attention. Now, judging from recent job postings by Amazon, it would appear that Amazon has set its sights on cryptocurrency. Maybe not to invest in cryptocurrencies per se, but Amazon seems to have a plan to launch its own coin. The ad was for a role on Amazon's digital and emerging payments divisions in Mexico. And whoever would be hired would be on the team of experts working to develop ways Amazon's customers can convert their liquid cash into cryptocurrency. These digital currencies would presumably then be spent on products sold on Amazon. The job ad revealed that Amazon is building a tech team to build innovative payment products for its customers in emerging markets. This sounds akin to the lofty goals Libra aimed towards when it was first launched. That is, to drive active market participation, especially among consumers in developing countries around the world. Now it's probably important to make it open that there is a possibility that the job role advertised might actually be about the already existing Amazon coin. Amazon Coin, as you might know, has been a part of Amazon's Android App Store and Kindle Fire for the longest, pretty much serving as a discount coupon. But through this might be true. It still doesn't hurt to speculate about Amazon's intentions toward cryptocurrency. Whatever the case, crypto fever continues to grow and intensify, and it is inevitable that the big boys in the tech community would have to find a way to use them in some way. And crypto faithful are definitely advocating for this, because a stamp of approval from, say, Apple, for instance, would be all it takes to make cryptocurrencies mainstream. But the question remains whether or not these big tech companies should, as Tim Cook put it, gain power in this way. What do you think? Is it? Or do we need a push from tech companies to make crypto mainstream? Let us know in the comment section below, and we'll catch you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to Top Quick Feeks.